What's up YouTube, it's your boy Nasher. Welcome back to the channel and welcome to another episode of WWE's Biggest Issue. Now this week's episode might be a bit of an interesting one because of the fact that, well, as we all know, family rivalries in WWE, they happen quite often. So for this week's episode, I'm going to ask a question that's been talked about for the last several months now, which actually dates all the way back to September at Clash at the Castle in Cardiff. And the question is, should Rey Mysterio fight his own son, Dominik Mysterio? That is the question we are going to answer in this week's episode. But before we get into the episode, if you guys enjoyed this video and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Monday, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ats will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And the reason why I always ask you guys to subscribe, especially within the last week or so, because of the fact that, well, we are right now 52 subs away from 200 subscribers. So as I said in previous videos, if this channel gets to 200 subs, I will open up this Korean Strike of Neos box in its entirety on the channel. It's kind of hard to tell with this lighting, but under the right light, there is right there, under the right light right here, you can tell is heavily taped. Because the person that sold it to me actually wanted it sealed, and he wanted to make sure that I got all my pulls, I guess. So 200 subscribers, I will open that up. But what if the channel gets to 1,000 subscribers? Toon Chaos, anybody? Well, if the channel gets to 1,000 subscribers, I will open this up in its entirety on the channel. And I'm gonna be honest, I've seen a lot of YouTubers open up this set in the past. You know, I know that Ruxin opened up several cases. I know that Cyber Knight opened up some boxes. Simply Unlucky, Team Samurai X1. You know, I've seen a lot of these guys open up this set before, and the collector's rares that are in this set are absolutely gorgeous, despite the fact that it wasn't much of a fan favorite when the set was first released. But now this set is going for, this box right here is going for, like, I would say like $400, maybe $500 from what I've seen. I could be wrong. I'll have to check Troll and Toad. But while I am checking Troll and Toad, again, 200 subscribers, 1,000 subscribers. So if you guys want to see these boxes get open, make sure you guys please subscribe, guys, because I'm telling you, man, the polls are gonna be pretty fire. They are gonna be some fire polls. But let's talk about Rey Mysterio and his son Dom, because when you really think about it, oh, actually, my mistake. Hold on. Okay, I was right. I was close. It's going for $400. That sealed first edition box is going for $400 off Troll and Toad. That's insane. That is insane, you guys. Absolutely insane. So let's talk about Rey Mysterio and his son Dom, and how all of this began. And it kind of began right around the end of 2019, where we saw a lot of Dominik Mysterio across both Raw and SmackDown. And we know that he tried to help his father Ray win his fourth WWE title against Brock Lesnar at Survivor Series, and unfortunately it didn't work out that way because Brock Lesnar ended up picking up the victory. And from that was like one of the last times we saw Dom show up to WWE. Aside from the next night on Raw, where Rey Mysterio became the United States Champion, I think for the second time in his career. So yeah, it's pretty crazy. Well, we didn't see him for that much longer. That was until 2020, mid 2020, during COVID, where Rey Mysterio was in a rivalry with Seth Rollins. Just a random rivalry. It was a random rivalry, and Seth Rollins poked Rey's eye out with the corner of the steel steps. This led to, obviously, a series of matches that Rey had with Seth, including the eye for an eye match at what was known back then as the Horror Show at Extreme Rules, which made no sense at all. But to be fair, as I'm going through my book, give me a second, guys. It was known as the Horror Show at Extreme Rules, which made no sense at all. But the card was pretty stacked, but it was pretty dumb. So we had Kevin Owens versus Buddy Murphy, which was part of the kickoff show, which ended with Kevin Owens defeating Murphy with a stunner. Then we had Cesaro and Shinsuke Nakamura defeating the New Day to win the SmackDown Tag Team titles. It was by putting Kingston through a table. Then we had Bayley retain the SmackDown Women's title against Nikki Cross. Apollo Crews versus MVP did not come to pass because, well, apparently Apollo Crews failed some sort of test. I don't know. It might have been COVID. It might have been the COVID test. It could have been something else, but I don't remember. There were rumors swirling that apparently it was something else, but still. And then of course Seth freaking Rollins defeating Mysterio in the eye for an eye match, which was probably the dumbest ever. It was just dumb. And then Sasha Banks defeated Asuka to win the Raw Women's title, but it ended in controversy because apparently the referee was MIA, I guess you could say. And then Drew McIntyre defeated Dolph Ziggler with a Claymore to retain the WWE title, which the funny thing about that match was that it was an Extreme Rules match, but for Dolph Ziggler. If Drew McIntyre used the weapon, he would lose the title, which was actually pretty brilliant on Dolph's part. And then, of course, we had Bray Wyatt defeat Braun Strowman in a swamp fight. But think about that, guys. Look at that book. This is the bookmark where I'm at right now, which is WrestleMania and Stand and Deliver. That's insane, you guys. That is insane. But with that being said, this led to Dom, to Ray's son Dom coming over to Raw, literally practically every single week trying to help his father out, and that was when we had the match: Dominik Mysterio versus Seth freaking Rollins in a street fight. And from that point forward, Dom got a bit better. He got better and better and better and better in the ring. But it wasn't until last year when the Judgment Day got involved, when the Judgment Day came in, and things kind of went south, because we found out that at Clash of the Castle in Cardiff, the Judgment Day would be facing off against Edge and Rey Mysterio. But you guys are wondering, why not Dom? Well, reason being is because even though Rey and his son Dom are the only father-son tag team champions in history, even though they dropped the titles at Money in the Bank 2 years ago, the fact is that Edge and Rey Mysterio have gelled so well as a tag team multiple times within the 20 years that they had known each other. It worked out pretty well, because with the help of Dom, Edge and Mysterio beat the Judgment Day, but Dominik Mysterio decided to turn heel and not only hit Edge with a low blow, but also clothesline his own father. And that was when he joined up with the Judgment Day. And from that point up until now, he has done nothing but disrespect not only his father, but his own legacy as well. Now, don't get it twisted. I think I speak for all of you guys when I say that I'm all for Dom to go, do things on his own, break away from the shadows of his old man. That's one thing, that's fine. But when you completely disrespect the legacy that your own father brought to you, that's appalling. That is appalling. That's like going up to Conor McGregor and saying that his whiskey tastes like ass. That's a form of disrespect. And what Dom has done over the last several months was basically him disrespecting his father. And now Santos Escobar, a part of Legado del Fantasma, has now turned babyface because of Rey Mysterio. And this past Friday on SmackDown, we saw Santos face off against Dom, which was an awesome match. But Dom ended up picking up the victory because of Rhea Ripley, and that proves Dom is still a little bitch. And for the last several months, Dom has always told Rey, "Fight me. You need to fight me. Hit me. Fight me." Dom has said that for months, and Rey won't do it. But the question is, should he? Should he fight his own son? And the answer is yes. And the reason and the reason why I say yes is because of two things. Number one is the fact that by facing his own son and defeating him potentially at WrestleMania, this gives Rey Mysterio the chance to not only silence his own son, but prove that he can still be the greatest masked luchador of all time. No cap. Discussion over. And the second reason is Rey Mysterio was the one that brought Dom into WWE. And if he wanted to, he could take Dom out of WWE. So I think the best way to book these two one-on-one is for Dom to challenge Rey to a match at WrestleMania. I think that's probably the best thing, because if you think about it, Dom had a shot at the Raw tag team titles. What was it, on Raw 30 against the Usos, and that was a hell of a match. Even with the help of Sami Zayn, the Usos still came out on top. With Dom having the performance that he had against the Usos with Damian Priest, proves that Dom has gelled so well with the Judgment Day. I could definitely see him becoming a champion, a singles champion someday, but he can't because he's still haunted by his own father. So these two definitely need to have a match, but Ray won't do it, and I get why. But if you think about it, this is a match that needs to take place. So again, this ties into the question: should Rey Mysterio fight his own son Dom? And the answer is yes. We need to see this match take place. Otherwise, Rey Mysterio is gonna get haunted by Dom's presence over and over and over and over and over again, and it's gonna it's gonna get to a point where Rey Mysterio might end up quitting, because he tried last time. What was it, back in what was it, like back in November or something like that, somewhere around there, and Triple H said no, I'm not gonna let you quit, because I'm gonna sign you to SmackDown. So again, should Ray fight his own son? Yes. But I want your guys' opinion on this whole situation. Let me know down in the comments below that exact question. Answering the question of the day, which is exactly that. Should Rey Mysterio fight his own son? Let me know down in the comments below, and why. I want you guys' opinion on why. On why yes or why no. Again, let me know down in the comments below. And that will do it for this week's episode. Hopefully you guys enjoyed. If you did, make sure you guys smash that thumbs up button. If you guys are new to the channel and you guys want more episodes of WWE's Biggest Issue, which get posted every Monday, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on the notification bell, follow me on all of my social media. My ads will be in the description, as will the info to my fan mail. It will also be in the description as well. And on that, this is your boy Nash, signing out.